Hey everyone, and welcome back. The fashion world is buzzing about Giorgio Armani's passing, but what's really shaking things up and grabbing headlines is the groundbreaking plan he laid out in his will. This isn't just about remembering an icon. It's a dramatic, unexpected future for his multi-billion-dollar empire with huge implications for investors. Armani, who built his company on fierce independence, has outlined a path that could see parts of his empire sold off or even go public. Some of the biggest names in luxury are already lining up to get a piece of this historic opportunity. This is huge, and it could redefine the luxury market. Let's break down why you need to pay attention. The late Giorgio Armani, widely known as King George in Italy, passed away on September 4th at the remarkable age of 91. He founded his fashion house in 1975, and for 50 years he was the sole major owner, building an incredible empire from the ground up. Armani wasn't just a designer, he was an innovator who changed how we think about clothes, especially with his minimalist aesthetic that transformed global fashion. His natural fit designs were groundbreaking, removing stiff shoulder pads and linings for a more comfortable, flattering look. These instantly captured attention, becoming a symbol of American success after appearing in Hollywood films like American Gigolo. He expanded into restaurants, hotels, fragrances, cosmetics, accessories, and owned over 600 stores worldwide. He truly built one of the world's most iconic fashion houses, and he was fiercely protective of its independence, consistently refusing to sell out to bigger rivals for decades. His will, recently made public, is a bombshell. It's a dramatic shift for a company that always guarded its freedom. The will gives clear instructions to his heirs. They need to start selling stakes in the fashion house. Or if that doesn't work out, they should pursue a stock market listing. Here's the plan. An initial 15% stake must be sold within 18 months of his passing. Then 30% to almost 55% should go to the same buyer 3 to 5 years later. If that second sale doesn't happen, the will states an initial public offering, or IPO, should be pursued either in Italy or another major market. It's a careful roadmap captivating the luxury sector. So, who are the big players eyeing this historic opportunity? Armani's will specifically names 3 priority buyers, all massive companies with existing partnerships with the Armani brand. First up, LVMH, the luxury giant. Then, L'Oreal, the cosmetics leader, which has licensed Armani's perfumes and cosmetics since 1988, with that deal running through 2050. Finally, EssilorLuxottica, the eyewear leader, which renewed its Armani partnership for another 15 years in 2022. Analysts are already weighing in, and many believe LVMH is the most likely suitor, given its resources and how well Armani would fit into its luxury portfolio. Bernard Arnault, LVMH's chairman and one of the world's richest men, is honored to be considered, calling Armani a true genius. EssilorLuxottica confirmed it will evaluate the chance. L'Oreal noted their long-term licensing deal and will study the possibility. These 3 industry titans, any one acquiring Armani, would send huge ripples through luxury. Now, let's talk about the money involved, because this is a massive business opportunity. The Armani empire is valued at about $6 billion to $14 billion. In 2024, the company generated about $2.7 billion in revenue, but operating margins were slim, under 3%. The luxury sector faces headwinds, slowing market growth, rising competition, especially in China. The Armani Group itself reported about a 6% revenue drop in 2024. But don't let those numbers fool you. Armani was always committed to the future, investing heavily back into the business. In 2024 alone, he invested about $330 million renovating stores in cities like New York and Milan and bringing online sales in-house. His philosophy was clear. I am convinced that pursuing consistency and continuity, avoiding chasing immediate gains, is the best strategy to ensure success in the long run. Back to Armani himself. He also left behind a substantial personal fortune, estimated at about $4 billion. This included an approximate 2% stake in EssilorLuxottica, valued at about $140 billion, plus a 213-foot super yacht, multiple residences across 5 countries, and other cash holdings and investments. His personal will also detailed a fascinating collection of possessions, including 2 elephant tusks, Japanese folding screens, a bronze bear, and a portrait of himself by the iconic American artist Andy Warhol. Even with these dramatic changes, Armani made sure his legacy would be protected. He established the Giorgio Armani Foundation in 2016, and this foundation will play a crucial role. The will stipulates the foundation will always hold at least 30% of the shares and 70% of the voting rights. This means the foundation will permanently guard Armani's founding principles, ensuring the brand stays true to his vision of ethical practices, moral integrity, global development, innovation, excellence, quality, and his famous understated style. One of the foundation's first and most important duties will be to name a new chief executive officer for the company. Armani himself had no direct children to inherit his business. His vast empire and personal fortune are being distributed among his closest relatives and his longtime partner. His longtime collaborator and menswear head, Pantaleo Dell'Orco, received a significant 40% share of the business empire. His niece Silvana Armani, women's wear head, and nephew Andrea Camarana each received a 15% stake. Another niece, Roberta Armani, red carpet liaison, and his sister Rosanna each got a 15% non-voting share. Thanks to these bequests, all 5 of Armani's heirs have now officially entered billionaire status. Dell'Orco emerges as the wealthiest with a fortune of about $2.3 billion. Silvana follows with an estimated $1.1 billion, while Roberta, Andrea, and Rosanna each hold fortunes estimated at about $1 billion. Dell'Orco will play a key role in strategic decisions, supported by the family and foundation. He also inherited incredible personal assets: Armani's French Riviera home, a villa in Saint-Tropez, use of properties in Antigua, near Piacenza, and on Pantelleria. He even got that Warhol portrait. So, what does all this mean for you, the investor? This isn't just a story about fashion. It's a major market signal for the entire luxury sector. Armani's heirs exploring a public sale could give us a peek into how much appetite investors truly have for high-end fashion right now. You could see a ripple effect across U.S.-listed luxury names. Companies like Tapestry, owns Coach, and Capri Holdings, which includes Versace and Michael Kors, might trade as proxies, reflecting investor sentiment for high-end fashion. European benchmarks like LVMH and Kering's American Depositary Receipts will also be watched. Even luxury e-commerce players like Farfetch and Revolve Group could see an impact as investors gauge how boutique brands translate style into revenue. Analysts are calling this a litmus test for sector appetite. If this cash-out goes smoothly and successfully, it could boost investor confidence in other legacy luxury brands. But any delays or uncertainty, that could create some short-term volatility in the market. The timing is critical. U.S. luxury stocks have been in choppy waters lately, facing inflationary pressures, shifting consumer demand, and evolving tech-driven marketing strategies. Armani's decision could set a market tone. This also reflects a broader industry trend: founder-led businesses giving way to institutional owners, consolidating luxury into a few global groups like LVMH and Kering. The contest for Armani could awaken new deal-making across the luxury sector as competitors look to keep up. Armani himself hinted at this adaptability just last year, saying he didn't want to rule out any possibilities for the future and that it would be up to his heirs to evaluate new opportunities. This story is definitely worth keeping an eye on for anyone looking to position their portfolio in the luxury space. That's all for today's breaking news on the Armani Empire. This is truly a pivotal moment for the luxury industry, and we'll be watching closely to see how it all unfolds. Before you go, if you found this information helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more financial insights, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. See you next time.